Hello, respected viewers. So welcome back to my channel. Well, I'm going to ask the question, should Meghan Markle be sent to jail? Because she has committed a crime, as she's acknowledged herself. There was a court case she had. She was took out an action against the Mail on Sunday, a British newspaper, for a supposed breach of privacy. And this has been going on since last year. And much of it revolved around disclosures she allegedly made to the media, things that press had said about her. Had they illegally got hold of her private correspondence and published it, things like that. So it's a fascinating and developing area of media law I don't know much about. But anyway, the Duchess of Sussex apologised a few days ago because she'd lied to the court, or as she said, had forgotten about something. But how could you? Well, she obviously hasn't forgotten about it because she knows the truth. She's telling us now. If she knows the truth now, she knew it when she made the statement several months ago. And the case turned on whether she contributed to this book, Finding Freedom, or not, which she and her husband, Prince Harry, have always denied. And anyway, she said that these things had completely slipped her mind and she had no duplicitous intention in what she said to the court. So Associated Newspapers, that's the parent company of the Mail on Sunday, is challenging this ruling. So anyway, Meghan Markle, she won a privacy case against the Mail on Sunday earlier this year because they published a letter, I think it was that she was writing to her father, but they hadn't stolen it. He'd given the correspondence to them. So this is a question. If I write a letter to someone else, does that letter, after I've sent it, does it belong to me or does it belong to the recipient? And I would think the recipient. And if the recipient chooses to give it to the press, surely the media has the right to publish this. They publish leaked documents all the time. And even they publish stolen documents. There might be a crime about the theft. But anyway, the breach of privacy is obviously a civil matter. So it's not a crime. So it's tortious malfeasance on behalf of the Mail on Sunday. But anyway, Associated Newspapers are saying, well, this actually was not a private and personal letter, as has emerged now. She wrote it with the belief it may well be leaked. Does she even want it to be leaked? And she wanted it to. She was very carefully thinking about the effect it would have on public opinion were it to come into the public domain. And if she wanted to keep things private, she wouldn't send them to her father, who'd had a habit of revealing these things. The media had done so many times over the past few years. So she and her husband, obviously via their press team, had vehemently denied having any hand, act or part in Finding Freedom, that joint biography, which was penned by Omid Scobie, and the authoress was Carolyn Durand. So, but anyway, in a hearing last week, Jason Knauf, who was the duo's, as in Meghan and Harry's, former communications chief, he said that the book was discussed all the time, or on a routine basis, he said. He discussed it with the Duchess multiple times in person and over email. So she had a very major role in crafting this. She's curated her image. She's absolutely fixated with how she's perceived by the public. Because, you know, if you live by the media, you're going to die by the media, metaphorically. And it's all about projecting a certain image. Now, she's very false, okay? Not all actresses and actors are like that. Some of them are actually quite genuine people. Or I've known actors, quite very small-time actors, and some of them can actually be quite diffident in real life and find it hard to display that emotion that they then exhibit on the stage when they're playing other characters. But it's like she's playing herself and not terribly successful. So anyway, the former press chief of the couple, Jason Knauf, said that he met the authors of the book and he furnished them with plenty of information at the express direction of Meghan and Harry. So how on earth could they have got all this information, the two authors, Omid Scobie and Carolyn Durand? And Meghan and Harry, they often savage the media for giving them an unfair press, but on this occasion they had absolutely no objection to this book, which was very much their side of the story. It is what they would want the public to believe. So yes, they did have huge input to it. even though they did it through an intermediary, that makes absolutely no difference. This story is coming straight from the horse's mouth. There's information that could only have come from them. And how could they have been so imbecilic as to believe the public wouldn't see through this? Now, I know Harry is academically subnormal, but Meghan is not. She went to a fairly good university and all the rest of it, and you see the way she writes. She's not dim, not in the academic sense. But anyway, so there's other. She said that she scarcely ever met her sisters and brothers during her upbringing, which I'm not sure that's true either. Anyway, so Meghan Markle's legal team said that that things have been compromised by the revelations. Anyway, she always said that she didn't help the authors of this book, Finding Freedom, at all, and now that is a massive lie. So, although she didn't go and speak in court, these were sworn statements, affidavits. So that's what it means in Latin here, sworn, and that's perjury. If you lie under oath, that's not a tort. That is a crime, and people go to prison for that. Admittedly, prosecutions are rare. Lord Archer of Weston-super-Mare, he went to prison for perjury. So did Jonathan Aitken. Anyway, so now we know, even according to her, that she provided briefing notes to one of her assistants, who then passed it on to the book's authors. And this was so material to the case, how could she possibly have forgotten something that important? And it's only because Jason Knauf told the truth to the court that the truth will out. And there's quite a chance that she will be asked to come to the United Kingdom, have to take the witness box, testify. The royal family always try to avoid this. Now, there was a case about 15 years ago when Paul Burrell, Princess Diana's former butler, he was accused of having stolen items from the Buckingham Palace, but then the Queen remembered the last possible minute that he'd been given them, so I don't think she was going to take the witness stand, but they always try to avoid this. Isn't the issue that the sentence used from MM's letter don't support TM? She should have described this letter. I want to go on Markle. Sorry, I didn't get it all. Thomas Markle. Well, there are a number of issues here. Anyway, it was a key plank of her case that she had a legitimate expectation of privacy in this private correspondence with her father, Thomas Markle, who lives in Mexico. And she said bits of her correspondence were published by him. But clearly she didn't expect privacy, because we now know from the internal memoranda, she was saying, well, if it gets to the media, we want to produce the best possible impression, call him daddy, not dad or something, to tug at the heartstrings. So trying to manipulate our emotions. So what a low trick that was. So you see just how two-faced she is. And then Harry is thick enough to trust her, to fall for her. She's obviously so flagrantly insincere. Sorry, that was a tautology. And a lot of texts that she wrote have been leaked, and some of the text shows she realised that this letter was probably going to be leaked. So only send it if you're happy that this will be published. These things this will reflect credit on her. Anyway, the Court of Appeal is now going to see whether the original ruling will stand or will they overturn it. I very much hope they overturn it. So the hearing goes on, and the barristers for the Associated Newspapers are also challenging Meghan's original assertion that this was intended to be private. Okay, and this is what she said. This is a direct quotation. Obviously, everything I've drafted is with the understanding that it could be leaked, so be meticulous in my word choice. Doesn't prove that she wanted it to be leaked, but she knew there was a serious chance it was going to be leaked. So, I mean, she would know, if you really want to be private, don't send it to your father, who's leaked many, many things beforehand. I mean, she's not dim. She knows that much. Anyway, and the former aide even said, I totally agree, we have to be able to say we didn't have anything to do with this. Okay, that's the end of the quotation. So another lie, have to be able to say, the former aide claims that Prince Harry said that. So they were lying to the public yet again. Equally, you're giving the right context and background to them would help get some truths out there. That's what supposedly Prince Harry said. I don't know whether that's true or not. And it goes on. So she could be prosecuted for perjury and imprisoned. I very much doubt it's going to happen. I mean, extradition is a very lengthy and expensive process. It only happens for major crimes, violent crimes, really. She'll probably come back to the United Kingdom. Even if she lived in the UK, it's unlikely they would do it. But if she really wants equality, it would be one law for all. Anyway, she says, I had absolutely no wish or intention to mislead the defendant or the court. Well, why did she do it? She didn't mislead them. She lied to them. It's perjury. And it goes on and on. So it's really just appalling, this dishonesty. So I hope more people will see her for what she is, this meretricious demi-mondaine. Anyway, that's enough. Thank you for watching my channel. So please subscribe and please donate to me on PayPal. Toodaloo.